What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. So I had a game kind of take me by surprise this week. I started fiddling around with it after it was offered to me on Steam Curators, and it's a dragon simulator. It's kind of like a text-based dragon simulator. So you start out as a baby dragon, and your goal is to become like a super powerful dragon with like a horde and like reign over man, or really whatever objective you want to set up for yourself, you can do that. But like, I got this game sent to me, and then I went to their page, and it seemed like they weren't getting a whole lot of traffic, and I actually really enjoyed the hour or so that I played the game. And so while it's not the fastest paced or like the most attention grabbing game, I figured we'd try it out here today. We'd have a good time, we'd tell a fun story, and see if it's the right thing for you. So welcome back to the world of indie games. Let's do this thing. This is Golden Treasure: The Great Green. Let's go from the very beginning. A box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What is it? You are alone in the chamber. There is one wall which surrounds you utterly in every direction and on every side. The wall is made of love, and it embraces you. Its inherent goodness is an obvious and complete truth. There is rhythm in the chamber, a beat and a flow which has always been. It is the only way you can tell between sleeping and waking. When awake, you feel the rhythm, and when asleep, you cannot. What time do you enjoy the most? So we gotta decide if we want to be awake or if we like nighttime. I like nighttime the best, so I'm gonna go with nighttime. Even now in the chamber, you sense the power of hidden currents, the loving embrace of the unchanging abyss, and the gentle silences of the world. You have gained a large amount of water mastery. Then after a time, you hear the voice. At first, you didn't know that there was a voice. Only a strange sensation unfolding in your mind. A soothing warmth with pulses of orange color and the comforting taste of brimstone on your tongue. And yet, you are alone here in the chamber. Could there be something outside? You reach out, forming a colored echo in your thoughts and sending it beyond your reality. And you are rewarded with an explosion of purest joy ringing through your essence and echoing through your mind. In time, you learn the difference between emotions, the colors of the mind, that voice outside the wall that would pour into you through its mind song, which you would pour back, and you discover happiness and sadness, anger, calm, fear, curiosity, and an innumerable spectrum of others. And then the images come, pictures etched in the neon relief in your mind by the song of the voice. They are images of amazing beings, of stately tree and honorable, reliable stone, of chattering stream and murmuring sea, and of the great giver who is also called sun, and of the great birther who receives from sun and gives birth to all things, who is also called earth. Earth and sun are the greatest of beasts, mightiest of all the animals, but next to them, in might are your people, the true children above and below, the kin unto each other, who are called the Drac. The voice asks you a question. O tiny kin yet to be, what shall you become? Sun, the radiant one, the great giver who rules and slays and is slain to reborn each day? Or earth, who circle dances to sun's magic, who nurtures, peaceful and omnipotent, births all good beasts, knows all silent secrets and abides forever? Let's go with... We'll go with the knowing and healing and the dance of the circle. That sounds good. We'll go with earth. The voice responds by singing a vision and feeling of cool, damp earth pregnant with green life into you. On this path lies a power, hidden but great. May you find a deeper peace amidst the violence of existence. Time has little meaning in the chamber, marked only by the rhythm within you. The wall also seems to embrace you just a little more closely with each moment. The voice from outside leaves and returns again and again, continuing to instruct you, gently and at a slow pace, ensuring that you can receive its song and build yourself around it. It teaches you of the good beasts, those of fur and scale and feather and fin. Some are swift like the hopping long-ear, and some are powerful like the horned grazers, but all are good and all have their own music. Most importantly, it teaches you the two great laws. First, that you are a destroyer. To live is good, and you may only preserve your life by tearing away the life of others. You must destroy. Find that which calls to you and destroy it and take it unto yourself, and grow mighty. If you fail to destroy, you will waste away, and be yourself destroyed, and all your music will become silence. Second, that you are a creator. All creators are one of two kinds: givers who give their essence during the dance of creation, or birthers who receive the essence and weave new life from it, bringing it forth in the fullness of time. When you have grown great, you must seek out another who is also great and of opposite nature, and through the dance of creation become a source of the future. If you fail in this, the destiny of the children of heaven and earth will waste away, and where there might have been the echo of your music in the time beyond yourself, there will be only silence. So it is, was, and shall be. There is a brief silence during which you sense that there is space enough for one question. What do you do? So we can ask how best to consume the essence of others. We can ask if the voice is my creator. I can ask how to do the dance of creation. I can ask whether it is possible to live without destroying others. And I can quietly contemplate the deep within myself and seek no answers from the voice. Let's ask if this is our creator. Indeed, affirms the voice, and you can tell that the spring-colored memory of the tender and violent dance which created you lives in its mind. I am a source of your being, and so you must and shall walk in my ways. My truth is inscribed upon your essence, and you in your turn shall pass yours unto others, but only if you are strong and worthy. Okay, so we got a little bit of mastery in like a bunch of different ways right there. Beyond the two great laws, sings the voice, there is one lesser law. It is not great, but if you violate it, you shall not be destroyed. Nevertheless, taste this truth and chain it with your mind. You must seek treasure. Treasure comes in many kinds, but you will know it when you find it. Treasure is something rare and of worth to all the true children of heaven and earth. By taking treasure as your own, you shall prove your greatness to other kin. Whether obtained by strength of body or mind or by any other thing, it matters not. All that matters is that you must gather all the treasure to yourself. Some are obvious and some will be well guarded. Some require little strength but are difficult to find. None, though, are both obvious and easily obtained, or they would not be treasure. Let's see. Will you give me a treasure, great voice? The voice's song turns darkly crimson. Never. It sings in painful tones that cut across your mind. Learn this. You will be given nothing. All things you must take with your own being. No kin will give to another without a price being paid. In this there is truth and honor, and the growth of strength through untold eons of hardening and happy strife. Fight for your treasure. You must fight sometimes with your body and other times with your mind, and sometimes with your very essence. But always you will earn that treasure, and never, ever be given it. Steel yourself for the battle which never ends, which is called life. Love the battle, and own with pride its gains and losses. This is a shard of wisdom. The voice's song grows softer. Now I leave you, my kin and my creation. You may never hear my song again, nor I yours. I have imparted the two great laws as is my duty. You are a destroyer and you are a creator, and these truths are woven into you like the warmth of the blessed flame. If you cease to be a destroyer or a creator, you are no longer kin. And you know of the lesser law, the seeking and taking of treasure. Though you may survive and be well fed and strong of body, if you have no treasure, you will never be called great among the kin, and you will never know the pleasure of the dance of creation, and your creator self will languish in a frigid void. All other laws are false. These alone bind us. Remember that you are Drac-kin. All other beings of this world must stand in the shadow of your beautiful and terrible music. The rhythm which you feel now flowing through you is the rhythm of life. To have the rhythm within you is to be alive, and to be silent without rhythm is the perfect sign of death. Nature shall now be your guide, companion, and opponent, your friend, enemy, and always your teacher. There is no being born of earth, the greater birther and son, the great giver greater than you. The music of our people is great. Rejoice knowing that your essence has been woven into such a body, and that such a fate is yours. When you at last escape from the wall which I have placed around you, both to keep you safe and to test you, then you will be worthy to begin the great adventure which some call life. And with that final message, the idea of yourself exploding from potentiality into reality, the voice fades and is gone. You know that it will not return. How do you feel in that moment? Excited to begin the journey, I guess? You are eager to show the world how great you are and how much greater you shall become. You dance a tiny, tiny dance within the confines of the chamber and sing raw, pure songs of hope and longing into the nothingness below the wall. Okay. Sounds good to me. For a time, you are left alone again within the chamber. You feel the measured beating of your rhythm within you and drift in and out of consciousness. The wall seems to have gotten smaller, hugging you tightly indeed. Your rhythm is swelled into mighty chords and your breath is fierce against your legs. Suddenly, without warning, the voice returns. It is not measured and song rife with the ordered sigils as last time, but a lurid gash of feelings and ideas suddenly thrust upon you. Beware the other seed, the no-tails and the flat faces. Beware their terrible music. Beware the seed of others. Beware. And suddenly there is an awful silence. A space left behind where something should have been. No other voices enter your mind. A few times you think you may be receiving a song, but it always proves to simply be yourself, echoing tiny hopes and fears and dreams. Meanwhile, the wall which is made of love and which has always embraced you, is squeezing you very tightly. Its love, once so pure and benign, has become toxic. You are pressed so mercilessly that you can barely breathe, and to make matters worse, you feel a horrible emptiness, a draining within your core. You must do something. Push against the wall. It loves you, you know, but now it must be broken. You push and struggle, feeling your body move this way, then that, but the wall thwarts your every move on every side. It is not through pushing, rather the unfolding of your whole self, limb by limb, muscle by muscle, that you at last achieve the first true success in the music of your life. You hear not with your mind, but with your ears, your actual ears, the cracking and crunching of the wall as it breaks slowly apart, and then you see with your own eyes the first vision of true light. Happy those early days when on some gilded cloud or flower my gazing soul would dwell an hour, and in those weaker glories spy some shadows of eternity. You are somewhere inside the body of Earth, the great birther. Her semi-soft flesh is veined here and there with the grasping roots of trees or blockaded by stones who stare blindly at you. The air here tastes of comfort and slumber, and by your own body feels as though it could be in good condition. But you feel a burning in your core. You know that it is the destroyer within, eager for substance to fuel your being. If you fail to find anything to destroy, the emptiness will overtake you and your life will be lost. You sense nothing to consume here, though. A few illuminating rays tumble in from above, but your vision is still dim and unsteady. Perhaps you could lose this place by crawling upwards in the tangle of roots overhead. Whenever you consider a task which your will alone cannot conquer, you will get a sense of whether you will succeed or fail based on your elemental attributes. Climbing up the roots requires a certain amount of fluidity and flexibility, which is the domain of water. Red indicates you cannot succeed, at least not without problems, in your current state, while green indicates that you feel that you certainly can. Yellow means that it is too close to be certain. As you make choices, your health and energy will be affected. Success brings benefits, but be not too afraid of failure. Through it, all things learn and grow strong, while success has little to teach. Now choose, newborn. What will you do? We can claw downwards in the direction of Earth. We can claw our way through the softer soil sideways and upwards towards the light, or we can climb the hanging roots. So our fire is kind of weak, and that one's risky, but our water is strong, so I think we can do that one right there. You flow steadily upwards through the hidden spaces between roots and stones, twisting your body to fill the empty spaces. The light grows as you emerge into still larger chambers. Kind of a weird-looking dragon. Maybe baby dragons are weird-looking, though. I don't know. Never seen a baby dragon. I'd have to wait till I've actually seen one to tell you whether or not we're abnormal. This space is much larger than the last, and though you are still sheltered by Earth's body, light is more plentiful here. You may be approaching her skin. A clean azure flavor slides across your tongue. Water. The comforter and supporter of all life is here, gathered into a still body before you. Something within you resonates, drawing you towards it. What is your will? We'll draw closer to the water. You move closer. And for the first time, you see yourself. Your body, sculpted and painted by time and space, is almost beyond description. Your armor shines subtly, with the earth's rich hues, like the promise of precious things buried deep. Your feathers, each one dyed with more colors than you know the names of, long for the touch of air, and you are crowned with plumes so that all other good beasts may know your sovereignty. Your long neck, graceful with limbs and supple tail, transform every motion into a weaving cascade of flowing movement. Seeing your true form for the first time, you feel proud. All of the four elements of reality sing out through your form. You are nothing short of gorgeous, and every part of you, the pinnacle of the possibilities of being, is channeled through the gauntlet of time. You are of the kin, the children of above and below, and you feel a deep and shameless love for everything that you are. This indeed is the perfect and ultimate body into which your essence has been woven. These are the limbs with which you will walk the paths of life, the teeth and claws with which you will mete out the judgment of destruction upon other beings. This is the fruit of your creators, and this is the body of whose legacy may be bequeathed if you survive long enough and are found worthy. This is yourself, worthy of respect, admiration, and every success. We got some fire mastery. Nice. What is your will? Let's drink some water. You lower your mouth to the body of water and use your tongue to take some of it into you. It flows pleasantly down, trickling to your core, relieving you of a little of the emptiness within and soothing your essence. You have gained some energy, which is this little meter right here. Water's reputation as a friend to all life is apparently well-deserved. Your core demands something which water alone cannot slake, however. With nothing else to do with this space, you follow the whispering air and light outwards. Now that you have emerged from the Great Mother's flesh, you can see her more completely, and her power and beauty are beyond your wildest hope. The trees are her feathers, and the mountains her spine. Her breath is the wind, and her essence flows in streams, rivers, and the distant sea. Above you, Sun, the great giver, shines his endless essence down upon earth. He blazes above you, mighty in his glory, beautiful and shameless in his circle dance of creation, by which all that carries the rhythm of life is ultimately begotten. The air between them is sweet with life and light, and the fruits of their union. The wind blows, teasing your wings. A wild desire to tread the air, to rise above, fills you. What will you do? We can either YOLO it, or we can climb down from the promontory safely. Climb down, I guess? One day you know deep in your core that you will travel the unbounded path above, but your wings are too small yet to bear you aloft, and wisely you accept that some things come only with time and arrive at the base of the cliff unhurt. We gained earth mastery and water mastery from that. Nice. Okay. As you climb down the last few stones from the promontory and arrive in the lightly wooded valley below, some kind of small flying beast calls out to you from a nearby tree. It stands out against its surroundings in bold black and white. It is a white-black, one of the people known for their cleverness, ruthlessness, and their fondness for shiny objects. It laughs at you and mocks you with a denigrating song. A mighty Dratkin once ruled over all things, and now they dare not even use their own wings. Doomed by cowardice, they lurk in damp caves, grasping their wealth and seeking out golden graves. Of this land you may be sovereign lord, but be not too proud of your great and shining hoard. While my people grow mighty in number and fame, of your weak broken tribe few indeed yet remain. You have learned more about the way of the White Blacks. How will you respond? We can mock him back, which we have a decent chance at doing. We can endure the mockery. We can attempt to get it to divulge a secret, or we can attack the insolent white-black. Let's see if we can get it to give a secret. You express your deep admiration of its beauty, noting the subtle blue shimmers within its dark feathers and the pearl-like shine of its lighter parts. You confess envy of its ability to dance so very gracefully upon the wind and the legendary cleverness of its people. It seems that it is quite prone to flattery. Preening its feathers proudly, it sings, "Truly, this hatchling knows beauty as beauty. My people know secrets, such as our duty. One of your Dratkin met death here today, destroyed by the tailless, so the winds say. And yet in destruction a secret it keeps, a treasure within its great jaws still sleeps. As its wings sway, you reflect on the power of understanding others. By appealing to the white-black's vain nature, you are able to get something valuable for a very small price. Its words, however, disturbed you. What are the tailless, and can they possibly be more powerful than a kin? Perhaps the kin was young, or perhaps the white-black was mistaken. Still, you cannot help but feel troubled. Moving on, you allow the hillside to guide you downwards. You have been following the path of a swift-running river for some time when you were struck by a powerful scent. Flicking your tongue out, you taste the sacred essence of one of the kin on the breeze, floating on twin wings of pain and decay. There's another flavor as well, something strange, something animal but not, something other. You shudder, your feathers raising upwards involuntarily. What could these scents mean? The kin whose scent you now smell could possibly explain, but you are now hatched and beyond the chamber. All kin are rivals, seldom welcoming the scent of other drac in their territory. But there is something familiar in the scent, which tugs at the corners of your mind. Steeling yourself, you carefully draw closer to its source. Destruction. The horrible stillness of a body empty of spirit. The noble red essence of a great kin shed not in true dance of destruction, but trapped and tortured. The confusion and pain. In the synergy between its scent and yours, you know without doubt that this is the great being who instructed you as the voice. This was one of your creators. Its rhythm is now silenced, its songs forever stilled. Already, tiny spirits of decay infest the vast body, feeding off of it and reducing it to void. Something is clawing at you from within and straining at your heartbone. And flooding your mind, fear and rage and shuddering nausea overtake you one as another, growing and writhing within. You feel yourself instinctively belch fire seed in the back of your throat, only just managing to swallow it again, denying it the chance to explode into a searing flame, to consume the things which now sing and dance near the ruins of the one that created you. The things, what are they? There is something wrong with them, something very, very wrong. They seem to have more than one skin, some of them belonging to other animals. The brightness of their body heat is darkened by the cold, dead hides they cover themselves with. There is something strange in their oily scents, something familiar, but alongside that, something completely other and like no true animal. They clutch strange things in their forepaws which you cannot identify, though they reek at the blood of the trees, but most horrifyingly, they have no tails. They are tailless. You are split inside, the air within you screaming to run away as fast as you can from this place, and the fire within you urging to destroy the no-tails. Decide quickly. Let's keep silent and draw closer. You flatten your body to the ground and creep forward. This is the empty shell of one of the kin, its rhythm stilled. The great body constructed over hundreds of turnings of the seasons and nourished by the destruction of thousands of lesser beings, lies quiet and destroyed within just a few moments. Before you hatched, you were taught that all things become silent in time. But beholding the great corpse of the great being, one of your own creators, the truth seems all the more urgent and unassailable. Let's examine the body. Something is odd about the way the great kin's mouth is set, gently prying its jaws open. Or gently prying open its jaws, which are already cooling as the void spreads through the cold dead shell, you discover something odd. One of your creator's incisors is not made of toothstone, but rather a pale crystal. Your tail quivers and your head crest stands erect as you taste the air around this strange tooth. Something swims inside of your mind like prey lurking among watery reeds. You decide to swallow the stone for now and regurgitate it later, when you have found a place to safely examine it further. Yay, we got a crystal fang. Alright, let's flee from this place. You flow rapidly through the underbrush, scrambling over rotten tree corpses and crashing through shrubs, until there is no trace of either scent nor sound of the no-tails. They seem to possess some kind of terrible magic which allows them to cause harm, even from far away. Again, this seems wrong beyond all possible definition of the word. Is not all order in the world dependent on the simple fairness of having to destroy your enemies with your own body? Perhaps the bizarre things are beyond your ability to deal with as a hatchling. You resolve to grow stronger so that you can bring destruction on them all in their misshapen kind. You allow hatred to become the searing promise in your core. One day, you will grow great enough to defeat their otherworldly magic. Then, you will finally be able to put this terrible fear which gnaws at your mind to rest. You feel something small striking your armor, and you turn to see what it is and find nothing, but then it happens again. And again, it's not painful, but it is annoying. Eventually, you realize that this must be rain, the sacred water of the sky, which sometimes falls to bless the Great Mother, of which you were told while still in the chamber. Soon rain is falling everywhere, tumbling and vaulting off of leaves and sliding merrily down the grass. It makes it hard to smell and taste the air and perturbs you as it spatters against your armor. You find shelter in what used to be the den of a family of fur beasts. Their scent lingers only on the edge of your consciousness, They must have been gone for many suns or even moons. You dig it slightly deeper and broader with your claws, then settle in, watching the rain's downward dive. Yes, this should suffice for now. Surely grander layers await you in the future, but you feel comfortable and safe in Earth's body. At last you have a moment to think, and you pause, considering your situation. A moment of reflection will make your current feelings and thoughts clear. Awareness of one's own state is key to survival in the harsh and beautiful world. So no trace of the no-tails is smelled near your den. Explore the valley, find treasures, and seek the entrance to the Great Green. Your body is pristine and you are in perfect health. You are hungry, and your core sings a growling song of emptiness occasionally to remind you of your duty as a destroyer of all life. Alright. You may also draw your thoughts towards treasure or artifacts you hold. So there you go. Here you can recall the many denizens of the Great Green that you have met. So there's all the different animals that we can hunt once we get into the main part of the game. And if you wish to leave the waking dream of this life and return to other realities or change certain aspects of this one, you will find such thoughts here. So there you go. Where we can fiddle around with things if we really want to. Your relationship with the great four elements which make up reality are key to your survival. There they are. Fire is your physical strength. Water is your perception, empathy, flexibility, and stealth. Earth is your endurance, health, and fortitude. And air governs your quickness and intellect. So earning gifts is not affected by temporary effects, only when your natural level of enlightenment is high enough that you gain new abilities. So there is fire. We have the first grade of mastery in fire element. We can use Power Strike. We have the first grade of mastery in earth. We can brace in combat, which does not harm us or our opponent, but greatly reduces damage. We have the first grade of mastery, which gives us swift strike from air. And then we also have... Well, I guess water got skipped, maybe? Water gives us one called Quick Strike, which makes us preemptively strike, just like in Pokemans. But anyways, remember that failure is a better teacher than success. Mistakes and losses bring with them the best lessons. If you lose a challenge, you may suffer in the short term, but your elemental abilities increase. Certain treasures and gifts also affect your elemental affinities. The Nook is a good place to rest, but we're healthy right now, so we don't need to worry about it. And so now, we can go out of the den to explore. So this game is a game that you're supposed to lose. It's a very difficult game, but every time you die, you are reborn with tarot cards from your ancestors, basically, that give you bonuses to your stats to make it easier the next time around. You merge in time to see your first sun ending, and as he dies in scarlet glory, new smaller illuminations are born in the opposite corners of the sky. By the time the sun is gone completely, they dominate the great above, a parade of holy light marching in a slow circle dance. You were taught of the stars while still in the chamber, but seeing them with your own eyes is a true wonder. Each of the stars has a color and a brightness not unlike any other. Some are red as the body of fire, some green as the grasses of earth, and some blue as the deeps of the water. Some white as the clouds of air, some stand quietly and some firm in their color. Some sparkle and flash, shimmering gaily. Even in the great above, the four sacred elements hold their being. A cool wind blows over you, ruffling your feathers. Inspiration is striking. You feel compelled to let your voice ring out in song. What song will you sing? Sing the song to Earth. I'm going to be an Earth Dragon, I think. I sing the song of greatness of Earth, which sustains and supports and nurtures and orders. I sing of the earth beneath my claws, body of bodies, who birthed all things from her own space, a sacred flesh, who gives us a place to rest, to live, to fly, amidst the void. I sing of earth within, the solid structured order of body, strength of my scales, solidness of my bones, hills and valleys of my flesh, growing greater with every sun and every turning. I sing of earth which silently abides forever, resisting destruction without boundary. I am a mighty mountain, patient, immovable, and serene. Other beings see my greatness from afar, and their souls are filled with awe and wonder. I may be scarred, but never overthrown. My armor is stone, my feathers of trees. Praise to earth, who carries us all, and who does not feel the weight, who teaches us to outlive that which vexes us, to see the slow, still solution amidst the clamor of complexity, to walk as one eternal in this ephemeral world. Praise to earth, which is, was, and shall be. The nearby hills echo your song back to you and bless you with their tranquility and fortitude. Let patience and wisdom be your guides, they seem to sing. Be like one of us, above yet below, around yet within. Yay, we got better at Earth. Your first sun is at an end, and it was more than you could have imagined, even with your creator's instruction. Sleeping in your lair is almost like being back in the chamber, but now you know too much. Your mind wanders from thought to thought, seeking to guide itself. Your hopes and fears toss you back and forth, scraping you uncomfortably between that was and what might have been. You see your creator lying silent before the no-tails, their chattering, screeching voices, barking something incomprehensible as the red kin essence spreads along the ground. The white-black mocks you as you look on. You feel the dread 1-2 stomping of the tailless near you, upon you, and over you. You slide underneath the mountains to hide from them, but there are tailless everywhere, smaller and stone-skinned underground, tall and willowy in the woods, coarse and shouting in the flatlands. It is not your precious essence that they seek to shed, however. They are roaring for the flesh of something else, something older and more powerful than even the great kin. You wake briefly, and your second sleep is far less troubled. As new sun dawns, climbing laboriously over the mountains, today you must emerge and seek your destiny. As you do, you may encounter many new things. You have not yet used your body to hunt and fight, nor have you ventured far from the makeshift den. Do you wish to learn of these things in depth, or do you wish to dive headlong into your destiny without the lessons? Well, we're out of time for right now, but let me know if you want to see more of this, and we'll continue. There are actually gameplay elements to this, like hunting, where you got to sneak up on things, and there's kind of like a Final Fantasy JRPG combat system where you fight other dragons and creatures in order to kill them and take their stuff. There's more. Like, there's lots of this right here, but like I said, it's kind of a visual novel that's also kind of mixed with other lightweight elements of other games, survival, exploration, combat. You know, it's all in here. It just takes a while to get to. This is Golden Treasure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like down below if you did. This is kind of a unique game, and I like unique games, so I figured I'd show it. If you want to see a second part, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to record that up for you so that you can actually see more of the gameplay elements, like managing our energy and eating and hunting and finding treasure and all that kind of stuff. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.